Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watchman is here with your latest update on Tropical Storm Apollo in the Mediterranean Sea. Currently, Tropical Storm Apollo has maximum sustained winds of 65 miles per hour. We think the air pressure is about 995 millibars right now. Here's currently the storm. As you can see, there's a little bit of convection developing right there. Lots of heavy rain has been continuing to occur in the tropical system. The eye has gotten even smaller. It could be we do believe there's a possibility of an EWRC, an eye wall replacement cycle where the eye wall and the eye actually gets replaced. But clearly, as you can see, there's the eye, and if this does in fact happen, and this we do get an eye wall replacement cycle, this will be the very first time any tropical cyclone has replaced its eye wall in the Mediterranean Sea. First time on record ever. That we've been studying tropical cyclones. So in the Mediterranean Sea. So that's the system right there. Lots of heavy rain. 995 millibars roughly is what we think. Pretty strong tropical system for a storm. This is quite a tropical system right here. Something we definitely got to watch out for. I mean, it is just right there, right off the coast of Sicily. It's going to continue to move and kind of, stay in this area, and then it's going to rapidly fall to the south, make landfall there in northern parts of Africa. So that's what we're looking at with the tropical system. Again, tropical storm force winds are for sure about 65 miles per hour. Very fascinating tropical system. Very, very rare. Very rare tropical cyclone also. Very rare for the tropical cyclones to develop here in the Mediterranean Sea. They are not very common. This is what windy is showing. This is still... so again, we do think there's winds about 65 miles an hour, which windy's always off, so we're not even going to look at that or even worry about it. I do kind of want to talk about, okay, these are isobars. This is air pressure. So you kind of see how they're closed off, completely go all the way around. That's how you know it is a closed low, is when the isobars go all the way around, it is then identified as an area of low pressure that's been closed off. But it does say 1,002 millibars, right there. We're thinking about 5 to 10 millibars lower, so give or take 995, 1002, maybe 992, 997, 994.8, something like that. I don't know, 995 millibars is what we're going to go on an average with. Of 995 millibars is what we're going to go with. So that's what we're looking in with this tropical storm right here, just off the coast of Sicily. Unfortunately, this storm is going to continue to bring a heavy rain as onshore flow moves over Sicily. I did read, I think it was Italian news this morning. I was able to translate in English. Up to 15-foot waves in portions of Sicily because of that onshore flow. You get that strong wind, 60-mile-per-hour winds coming onshore. You can get big waves. Very, very rare to see that, but big waves there in Italy right now. Very, very strong winds. I unfortunately think these storms here in the Mediterranean Sea will only become more common as we continue to see the planet Earth warm up and we begin to get closer and warmer, and those right now we're losing about 1.2 trillion tons of ice every year. That's about 38,000 tons of ice lost every single second. About 51 to 52 billion tons of carbon dioxide equivalent pollutants are being released into the atmosphere every single year. About 42 to 43 billion tons of carbon dioxide is released. And so we just gotta want to let y'all know that that's what's happening. And so that's why I kind of think this is going to get worse, because you got methane in the atmosphere being released. Right now, there's about a couple billion, about 60 billion tons of methane trapped in the Antarctic ice, which could be released into the atmosphere if all that ice melts. About 60 billion tons. Or it could be even more. That's just what we think there is. That's what scientists have calculated to be in the Antarctic ice. There could be 160 billion tons. God forbid, 600 billion tons. But they think about 60 billion tons. And think about it. Methane is 20 times more, has a 20 times more potent effect of a greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. So it is a lot more dangerous than carbon dioxide. Even though only 60 billion tons doesn't sound like a lot, equivalent to what we're seeing right now. Over trillions of tons of carbon dioxide is floating in our atmosphere. So that's what we're looking at right now. I just kind of want to let y'all know that. So that's why I kind of think we'll see more tropical systems developing in the Mediterranean. The waters are going to get warmer. And when water warms up and gets warmer, it actually expands. So not only will the sea levels be rising up because of the ice, but because the ocean is warming up, it will begin to expand. So what water does, begin to expand when it warms up. So yeah, it starts to expand when it warms up. So that's what we're looking at right there. Very, very dangerous. Because again, we're very, very worried because we started to see more tropical systems, more stronger tropical systems. In September of 2020, one of the strongest tropical cyclones in terms of air pressure. We do think the wind was wind contaminated. We do not think the Hurricane Ionos had winds of 100 miles an hour. We actually think it was a lot lower. Might have been a 75 to 85 mile per hour hurricane. We do think that they did find an air pressure of 984.3 millibars. So that's just a sign that 984.3 millibar hurricane did make landfall there in Greece, bringing hurricane force, not only tropical storm, but also hurricane conditions. And at this rate, pretty soon Greece and Italy may have to actually start putting up tropical storm warning, not just gale wind warnings, because they're going to start seeing tropical storm conditions and hurricane conditions here in the next several decades. So just want to let y'all know about that. Anyway, that's what we're looking at with the tropical system. I don't want to go too far. We're going to talk about the radar and just sort of talk about what kind of rain we're going to be seeing from this system. We're also going to have water from the ocean. Storm surge is going to be possible because you're going to have this onshore flow. All right, because the wind moves counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere, which means it's going to be moving. You start here, it's going to go around and it's going to come down like this around the system. You're going to have an onshore flow moving across portions of coastlines of Sicily, Italy, which means they're going to be seeing some storm surge. Like they said, up to 15-foot waves were measured there in portions of Sicily, Italy there. So very strong winds. Same with this portion of Italy here. We were seeing this onshore flow here. As you kind of came out farther, it was a little bit different. But gonna watch and see what this storm looks like. I want to take a look at the radar. So this is currently the latest satellite imagery. It might be the latest satellite imagery. Okay. So let's take a look at the radar because the radar is very, very important. Understanding how much rain is going to fall. Flooding rains is going to be a huge threat and a big problem for these countries in not only just in Italy, but across Italy and even portions of northern Africa. First of all, I want to change Switzerland, Italy, region, Sicily. So as you can see, that's sort of the eye, what we're looking at here with the eye wall. Okay, I'm going to do this in the past 8 hours. Let's make sure this is fast. I have an idea. So I'm going to kind of talk about the heavy rain. You can actually see this is the last satellite imagery. Last radar. Let's go to Syracuse, Sicily, Italy. So we can kind of look at that heavy band of rain. Hold up. This is glitching on me. So this is in millimeters an hour. So the reds, those reds we're talking about anywhere from 44 to about almost 100 millimeters, 120 millimeters an hour. So this is probably close to 100 millimeters an hour right here. So that's going to come that's making its way onshore right now in portions of Syracuse, Italy right there. So Syracuse, Sicily, Italy. It's not just Syracuse, Italy. It's Syracuse, Sicily, Italy. Lots of heavy rain. This onshore flow is what we're talking about. This is going to bring lots of gusty winds, possibly some big waves, and even possibly some storm surge of portions across this portion of southern Italy. Lots of heavy rain. Now, it's not going to make landfall, but it's going to be in the eye wall, where they could have maximum sustained winds 50, maybe as high as 60 mile per hour sustained winds. So flooding to be a problem because, again, mudslides and landslides are also going to be a problem because this part of Italy, pretty much the entire country of Italy, is literally in, I can't even think right now. It literally has mountains and hills all over it. So it's a very mountainous country. But look at this rain band that develops right there. It's literally developing off the coast. That's what I kind of want y'all to notice. It's developing off the coast, and it's getting worse through time. So that could be a huge rainmaker. You kind of get these long streams of energy coming through, and they may just develop off the coast and off the coast. That is onshore flow. That's when you have the flow of energy coming onshore from the ocean. In this case, the Mediterranean Sea. So this is very, very dangerous because people in Italy are not used to this. Same with anyone in the Mediterranean. You're not used to seeing this. This doesn't happen all the time. But we're getting them more often. 2016, 20. I want to say there's one in 2018. I want to say there's one in 2019. There's one in 2020, and now there's one in 2021. And it's just like I can't. It's pretty incredible that it's happening. And I believe in August of 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was one in the Black Sea. So I mean, it's just gonna become more different and strange and unusual, and this is gonna become more common here in the future. So definitely be ready to see more intense rain developing. So very, very intense. You can really see those winds are really have picked up there. I'm gonna see if there's anyone any comments, questions in the chat. Should be nothing in the chat, or that's the Discord chat. Hello, can you animate Meteos Labs? Okay. So, how is everyone doing today? Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. So again, this is, you can kind of see where it was at 1006 millibars, 1005 millibars, 1004, 1003, 1002. So, I mean, that's what we're looking at right here. I want to see if they're radar. Can I take a look at radar? Can I take a look at... I want to take a look at Italian radar. I mean, it's kind of hard to do that because, you know. Change radar source. HD radar. I don't know if there's anything I can see here. Because it says entire grid undefined. I don't know what that means, but I'm just going to do HD radar for Italy. So as you can kind of see, that rain is making its way here. As you can see, rain developing there off the coast of Italy. So we're certainly going to have to watch closely and monitor in terms of what we're going to see with this heavy rain. That's something I'm a little bit worried about, this heavy rain. I mean, it has a relatively large eye in terms of what we're looking here on the radar. I mean, obviously, it's not anything incredibly well defined because it's a tropical system in the Mediterranean. It's not a tropical system in, you know, the West Pac. You know, those are two very different places, and they have very different looks. Obviously, in the Mediterranean, it's much more ruggish. It doesn't look as well, but you go to the West Pacific, you're going to see an eye that is more circular than, you know, anything else. Mediterranean is a little bit different. You can actually see it looks like it's getting smaller. You can kind of see how big it was. But look at this. Look how much smaller the eye has become. That is a sign that this is, in fact, going through an EWRC, an eye wall replacement cycle. And so we are making history. The first the first tropical system, the first Medicane to ever go through an eye wall replacement cycle since records began. So I want to take a look at the observations because I'm kind of interested in terms of wind speed. If we have any wind observations here in Syracuse. I can completely go all the way. That stuff sucks. Middle America? It's Central America. There's no such thing as Middle America. It just sounds strange. It sounds like you're talking about Kansas. Alright, I'm just going to go back because this is bothering the hell out of me. Satellite images. Europe and Africa. There's the eye right down there. It's really starting to get smaller. I'm so jealous right now. I'm kind of mad. I did not stay up late last night like I was supposed to and like I should have. Look how low this temperature is. We're talking nearly negative 70 degrees here. Definitely talking well into that negative 60. Definitely negative 70 degrees here in these clouds. So, I mean, they're right there. This is the eye wall right here. This is classified, I think, as the eye wall. In Sicily, Italy is probably easily getting 50, 55, maybe even 60 mile per hour sustained winds. Lots of this onshore flow is occurring. So, let's put her in motion, shall we? Why? Oh, okay. This is the wrong one. Okay, not what I meant. Certainly something I want to closely monitor and watch, because the development of the tropical system is very it's incredible and it's fast, and you can really see that convection kind of blows up there, boom, and then kind of dies out because it is over much cooler waters, and so it's not really able to intensify much more. This might be the strongest it reaches. This is a relatively strong system, like we said. We could be seeing is now a 65-mile-per-hour tropical storm. I do not think it's going to get much stronger, if any stronger than this, because this is the strongest it's probably going to get. Maybe reaching 70, but I don't even know if that's going to happen. This is what we're looking at right now. Water temperatures in the future, and here in Italy will get warmer. So, some more solid imagery, taking a look at that. It is just, it's just something incredible to see. It's pretty scary to see for people living in Italy. Look at the radar this morning. They're like, holy crap, we got a hurricane off the coast. Medicane off the coast. You know what I mean? So flooding is going to be a big, huge issue because, again, we're looking, we're watching, we're monitoring, and noticing, oh, there's this, they have mountains, they have this, they have that, and they have so much, mountains. It can just cause mudslides and landslides, and on the coast, it's bad because, Italy, they do a lot of, I believe, fishing in Italy, and definitely off the coast of Italy, so. It ain't gonna be good, unfortunately. It's not gonna be pretty for Italy at all. 60 mile per hour, 60 to 65 mile per hour sustained winds. This is a relatively strong system. Unfortunately, again, it is literally at the middle of the night there in Italy. Do I need to talk about anything else? I'm gonna just take a look and watch the chat and see if there's anything else I need to look at, watch, or talk about here, because the flooding is gonna get worse. I'm afraid the flooding is probably going to get even worse throughout the day. So flooding is going to be pretty bad. 65 mile per hour sustained winds. Also, guys, if you want more content like this, feel free to like the video. And don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button if you like more content like this weather update. And we do weather updates all around the world. We talk about North Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean Sea, the East Pacific, the Central Pacific, the West Pacific, the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean, the South Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea, the South Pacific Ocean, the South Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, North Atlantic, Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean. Pretty much, we talk about everything all over the world. I've even tracked a storm or two in the South Atlantic Ocean. Very rare, but I have. I definitely think storms in the Mediterranean are much more common than storms in the South Atlantic. So, that's what we're looking at right there. Very, very interesting to see. It is not going to make landfall. However, it is going to bring very strong tropical storm force winds. But this is going to be another big storm that we got to keep an eye out on and monitor throughout its progression. We'll be giving you more updates on this storm, and also I'm going to give you more updates on other storms today. Not just Tropical Storm Apollo here in the Mediterranean Sea, because there's other storms out there. We got to watch Invest 93S, as it could be heading towards Mauritius and Reunion, which are two countries just off the coast of Madagascar, which is a country part of Africa, the continent of Africa. A country part of the country of Africa? No. So there's Invest 93S. Let's talk a little bit about it. This is the final warning for Malau, as it is weakened to a tropical storm, and there's really not a lot to talk about with Malau, because it's not really, it's not really affecting anything. It brought probably some rip currents to Japan, that's it. Rip currents to Japan, that's it, and it's out of here. It didn't make landfall anywhere. The Mariana Islands, I keep calling them Mariana. They're Marina Islands. The Marina Islands, and obviously the U.S. Territory of Guam. So American citizens living in Guam were affected by this heavy rain and gusty winds, but nothing wasn't anything super bad. There wasn't any dangerous hurricane force winds. It was a tropical wave, so at that point, maybe 40 mile per hour wind, maybe 40 mile per hour sustained winds or so. But Excuse me. Malau is headed out of here. So let's take a look at the Indian Ocean and see what we have to talk about. Area of convection index 93S, previous located near 6.6 degrees south, 86.6 degrees east, is now located near 7.8 degrees south, 87.1 degrees east, approximately 870 nautical miles east of Diego Garcia. Animated multispectral, spectacular, multispectral satellite imagery depicts flaring convection, which is very deep deep convection, which is, it's kind of hard to explain what deep convection means. It's intense, very high cloud tops, very fast, very rapid, very deep. It comes from the deep levels of the water. I don't know. Multispectral satellite imagery depicts flaring convection, particularly occurring a low-level circulation in an LLC that's become more well-defined. A satellite image shows a deep convection in the western semicircle, as well as forming banding wrapping into the low-level circulation. Environmental analysis indicates marginal conditions for development with strong outflow and warm 28 to 29 degrees centigrade sea surface temperatures, offset by strong 30 knot. Oh wow. Offset by strong 30 knot vertical wind shear. Global models continue to agree that 930S will track southwestward over the next 48 hours. Maximum sustained surface winds are near 35 to 40 miles per hour, or 30 to 35 knots. Minimum sea level pressure is estimated to be 1,002 millibars. The potential for development of a significant tropical cyclone within the next 24 hours has been upgraded to medium. That is it for that system. Let's take a look at that system and what we're looking at with that tropical system. So let's go to Asia and Australia, right? That's all we got. Oh, that's right. Free zoom. Alright, let's put her into motion. So wow, look at that. You can really see that convection there very, very well. Here's Invest 93S. Here, let me just bring out my Epic pen and talk about this system. Because this could certainly be a tropical system that we need to watch. Watch out for, because it could also be affecting portions, like Mauritius and Reunion also. So we're going to be closely monitoring that. We're going to take a look at the country of Reunion from Meteor France, and also take a look and see what the country of Mauritius is also saying, because those are two countries that could be very much affected by this system. Very heavy rain, gusty winds, could even be dealing with some storm surge depending on how strong this gets, if this actually reaches tropical storm force. So as you can see, the LLC is right here. You can kind of see, so it's going to be moving clockwise. So you can kind of see, this is coming in like this. This is coming in like this. This is also doing this. We have air coming in like this. So I mean, this is really looking well. We got inflow and we got outflow. So this is really looking like a much more well-developed system. Better defined, better organized, and overall just a much better, it just looks like a better system in my own general opinion. This is just what I think of this tropical system here, and as this plays, we're gonna really show you what we're looking at with this tropical system in terms of satellite imagery and tropical cyclone development of the tropical disturbance. So you really see the convection developing. Look at that convection, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what they mean by deep convection. It's like boiling, it's like bubbling water. So it's intense. The convection, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very intense. So look at that convection. Very, very intense. You can see the storm is beginning to rotate this direction. Clockwise, yeah, counterclockwise to be this direction. beginning to rotate clockwise. Much well-defined and much more a well-developed tropical cyclone. I can't see temperatures. Okay. Wow, look at that, negative 85, maybe even negative 90 degrees centigrade Fahrenheit. If we start to see white and gray, that'd be nearly negative 100 degrees. I don't know, is it centigrade or Fahrenheit? It doesn't say. That's kind of important to know. To them, it's not important, clearly. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. That's not possible. There's no way that's a negative 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Y'all seeing this, mate? Wow. 125. That is so cold. Negative 125 degrees. That might be a little bit of a glitch. I don't think this is that cold. I was thinking maybe negative 90. This is more like negative 100 degrees. That is incredible. Kind of scary too. The convection is just kind of intense. It's intimidating, you know? There's just something I don't know about this one, man. Man, you can't get this stuff to be in the center at all. Then you go down, it'll be way up here. That's hard. That bothers me. Alright, that's gonna be close enough. Just take a look at that convection. The convection is just... The convection ain't messing around, mate. So if we go to Meteor France, this is what they're talking about here. Let me just do a refresh here. I totally can read everything. 100%. Absolutely. Let's go to... Mauritius Meteorological Agency or Organization Services. It's not really what I'm looking for here, mate. At all. Okay. What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna look at the models now because that's what people want me to do. Oop, that's Flash, the wrong one. I don't have an idea. What are we looking at with the tropical system? What are we dealing with here? And currently, they're not saying the winds are even barely tropical storm force. 39-mile-per-hour sustained. I don't know, man. They are saying it's going to start moving away from the coast by tonight. And I wonder how strong it's still going to be. Is it going to get any stronger? Is it going to stay the same intensity? Or what? Basically the same intensity all the way up. Shows it making landfall as a tropical depression there with 35-mile-per-hour winds. Let me just zoom down as y'all can see. There it is, 35-mile-per-hour winds. We see winds. We could be dealing with well into tropical storm force wind gusts. So we could be seeing winds well into tropical storm force winds. So that's something we're going to have to closely monitor. I'm just really worried, we got to watch this system carefully, because clearly it's very obvious that we do have a problem in the Mediterranean. We're going to have to closely monitor and see what we have to deal with this tropical system. Could be pretty bad. We will closely watch and monitor the development of this tropical cyclone. I always click on the wrong one anyway. Son of a mother trucker. So this storm could... But once this storm kind of, starts to die down, and once it makes landfall there in northern Africa, we will then watch and closely monitor and see what we could be dealing with other tropical systems, specifically the South Indian Ocean. And now that we're making our way to November, we're ending October right now, making our way into November, and eventually moving our way into December, is when we will then have to closely monitor the South Indian Ocean, the South Pacific Ocean, the South Atlantic Ocean. Definitely the South Pacific and South Indian Ocean. Anything in the South Atlantic Ocean will also keep you updated, but anything in the South Atlantic Ocean, really isn't anything. It's very rare for anything to develop down there anyway, but if it does, we'll give you that update and monitor the development of any tropical cyclones in that portion of the world. So, truthfully, not a lot to talk about. Yes, we have a hurricane, Medicane, I should say, in the Mediterranean Sea. Heavy rain will continue for portions of Sicily the rest of the evening, because it's literally, once again, the late hours of the night. It's like midnight there or something. I don't freaking know. But, so yeah, that's what we got going on here. There is the Medicane. As you can see, the development in that past 8 hours, lots of convection, or more convection near the center of circulation, but not anything huge to talk about. That's the system of heavy rain. We'll be talking about that storm in the West Pacific later on. It does not have a big chance of development. It doesn't even show up in the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. But we'll closely monitor the development of that tropical cyclone, and obviously closely monitor the tropical development of Tropical Storm Apollo in the Mediterranean Sea as it makes landfall in northern Africa later, let's say, sometime later next week. And when that does happen, if that does happen, we'll give you those updates throughout the day. And I'll be doing updates all night. I'll really try to do updates all night. I did not do updates all night. Literally, my last update was at 10 p.m. and I was like, I'm out. I was literally that tired. It's so hard to do updates all day and all that. I feel like knocking out right now because I'm that tired, because I stayed up that late, and it was like 11 p.m. and I was out. No lie, I couldn't do it. My body just crashed. So we're gonna end it off there. Don't forget to like the video. If you want, subscribe. But feel free to go in the chat and ask any questions. We have a Discord open. Feel free to go join that Discord. It should be in the chat below, in the description, of this stream. And with all that being said, that is it. We will give you more updates on this tropical storm throughout the day. The next update will be at 4 p.m. Central Time. With all that being said, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Because I know it's middle of the night in Italy, and I keep thinking people from Italy are watching this. And they could be. I don't know. That's me for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, or daytime. Wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, wherever you're watching this. That's me for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out. We'll talk to you guys at 4 p.m. Don't forget to like the video. Peace.